Hi everyone, I'm Russ.
I am Mark.
And this is a spirited endeavor.
Prime in the Pump edition.
That's right.
Okay, so this is going to be number 2 in our series.
Breaking the laws.
Breaking the laws. I love it. We just did the 4-grain.
Yep.
It'll be on a previous episode. And this one is the next step up in that. And this is a 6-year bottled in bond.
Yes.
So it's got to be 50% ABV, stored in a government warehouse, single.
Yeah, I think at least 4 years, if I remember correctly.
At least 4 years.
Yep, and it's got to be a single run, if I remember correctly.
Exactly, in a single season.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really curious to see what the difference is between the base model and something that's got a little bit more age to it.
Yeah. Now, of course, we've had each of them individually, but we've never really done kind of a back-to-back, which is the benefit of this particular format. Now, while you're going to see these individually as videos, we're recording them one right after the other so that we can kind of do a direct comparison. And that, to me, is probably what's going to be most interesting, in addition to the fact that I just like drinking laws.
And we're doing our best to cleanse our palates and everything too, so we can hit them each individually, but you never quite get it 100%.
Yeah,
so,
that's just the nature of it.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any subtle differences between them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the fact that the aging is occurring in Colorado, so it's not like it's Texas where it's going to have that real, big impact. So I am kind of curious to see just how much that leap imparts.
Yeah, and certainly Colorado does have wild weather swings too.
Does.
So, they go from blizzard to on fire and sometimes in the same day.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into this.
Awesome. Sweet.
All right.
With authority.
All right.
So I will say, from a color standpoint, I don't really see much of a difference compared to the regular 4-grain.
No, in fact, let me pull the two side by side. Actually, this is darker.
Yeah, it is. Look at that. You are absolutely right. Yeah, this is a little bit closer to an amber.
Yeah. This
compared to the regular 4-grain.
This is a few shades darker. It's going to be hard to tell, especially in this lighting. But that has got got a little bit more on it.
Okay, so interesting. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, it's certainly as thick and oily in the glass as the previous.
Agreed. Yeah, that is one thing I like. Yeah.
And the nose on it's different.
A little bit.
Yeah. So like that one was very granola.
Uh-huh.
This one is not.
This one to me is more floral.
This is more floral. I'm getting a little bit more of that rye influence in
Agreed.
this.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I'm just thinking the same thing.
Now it's still the grains are in the background, and you can definitely tell that this is more than just one grain. There's a few things going on there. I'm still getting a little bit of that orange peel like you would get from the wheat.
Yeah.
But the rye has come to play on this one.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that oatmeal kind of at the back end on this one, but the rye was certainly up front. And it's interesting that it's a little bit of ABV and a little bit of a few years basically, and that's the difference.
Yeah, no, that's very different.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Cheers.
cheers.
That one hits different.
It really does.
So the other one was very peppery on the, kind of like the top and the sides of the tongue. This one's just over the top.
Yeah, no, it really is, and it really is like pepper.
Yeah, like black pepper.
Yep.
Or the other one was more like a chili pepper spice. This one is a black pepper. I think it's mellower. That one was really lively and kind of in your face, and this one has mellowed out.
Yeah, it's funny. For me, the peppery nature is the main thing that hits on this one. Everything else is kind of pushed to the back. Mm-hmm. Whereas with the other one, it was there wasn't really anything to distract you from each of the grains.
Yeah, I will say this is a much more mature whiskey.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, it is definitely mellowed. You're getting a little bit more of that oak influence in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's more caramel. I'm getting a little bit of that caramel sweetness to it.
I would agree where that was lacking on the original 4-grain. On the nose, definitely getting the vanilla. I am picking up a little bit more oak now than I was before, although I probably have oak on the brain having had a sip. But the oak is certainly present. And like I said, that like fresh ground black peppery kind of feel to it.
And it builds.
Yeah, it really does.
On the second sip, it was even pepperier.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too, is the finish on it's completely different.
Yeah, it is.
So the other one was sort of a black tea finish, a little drying and everything too. This one's also a little drying. But the finish on it is more candy. You know what it reminds me of those Whorehound drops. You know, those herbal, candy drops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like old-fashioned candy.
The biggest difference for me with this one compared to the other is with the other one I could pick out each of the grains. I could pick up what each of them was bringing. The rye wasn't overpowering anything else. This one, the rye is certainly more forward, but it's a more cohesive thing where you're not going to get each of the individual grains quite as strongly. It's more kind of this one thing. I don't know if I'm saying that quite right, but
I think so. I think it's blended more. I think it's
exactly.
blended better.
Yeah.
So you're still getting the each of the grains still brings something to the party.
Yeah.
But it's like they've also kind of become a little more harmonious.
Yes.
They've kind of
Good word.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
Wow.
Now I guess the question is, which would you prefer? This or the original?
Oh, it kind of depends on the day.
Yeah, because they really are very different animals.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would prefer one over the other now.
I think the original 4-grain is a lighter whiskey that's not going to challenge you as much. This one's for those days where you want to be challenged a little bit. That's probably the direction I'd go.
Yeah. Now, like I said, on the last video, I could make a project out of that one.
Yeah.
I think I could make a project out of this one too.
I think it's going to take a little longer to suss this one out.
I think so.
I don't think it just kind of hands it to you.
Yeah. But you can also just sit back and enjoy this, and have a conversation, a good conversation going on, and have this, kind of playing in the background, and you're going to be perfectly happy with it.
Yeah, no, that's a nice whiskey, and that little additional oak and kind of spice to it's kind of nice too.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I got a little bit of tobacco on the back end.
Yeah. Yeah, the finish isn't especially strong, but it's definitely there and it lingers for a bit. And I was picking up tobacco, and I want to say I'm almost getting, I wouldn't say lemon, but something similar to that. Not necessarily acidic, but
yeah, there is like a little citrus zest in there.
Yeah, because with that one there was definitely like an orange. This one I wouldn't go so far as say orange. I'm tempted to say lemon, but it's not even.
It's not even that, but it's edging toward it. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a little bit more of that tobacco on the back end, and I really, really dig that.
Yeah, no, that's a fun one.
Okay.
Well, score 1 to 5. What do you think?
I don't know, 4.
Yeah, 4.
4, solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go back to that over and over and over again. That is just tasty. Well, awesome. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, we sure did. We'll catch you on the next one.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That is interesting.
I know. Holy crap. So different.